Okay, so welcome back. Here we have ERD, the diagram here, or the now. Okay, so this is your diagram. Now, by the way you have the arrangement, you can see the relationship between the various tables. But because already we know that the visit table is at the center of the action, let me rearrange for you to see what it really is. Because as it is right now, when you open, you may not clearly see what role the visit table is playing. And you can see it is connected to almost all the various tables that we have. So I'll just try to rearrange this just to make it a little bit clearer what relationship exists between them. So you see, when this one is here, it looks as if there's some relationship directly connecting these two, but you can see that this is actually what the situation is. So let's look at it. You can see what is happening. Trying to look at the unique relationship between the various tables here. Okay, so now we know we have this. Please mind you may not find this particular yellow tab over here. This is supposed to be a view table, if you like, that I created in the course of my work. So when you also, by the time you also reach that stage, you should be able to see this. The view table is like a temporal table that you create, which becomes part of your database, and you can refer or query it as the other tables that you have here. Okay, so this is it. Now we are asked to look at the relationship between the visit table and then the water quality. So the visit table and the water quality table here. This is the relationship line, and it is showing I have made the changes already or before now. So either you right click and then you go to edit relationship, or you double click on the line. It will all lead you to the same thing. So let's see. So when you go to edit relationship, this space is open for you, and then you go down here. Okay, so here you are. You have the water quality table, and it is showing one-to-many relationship to visit, but in actual fact their relationship is supposed to be 1-to-1. So after you open and you come to this space, look here, you see the foreign key here. You click on it and then you can come to this space. So I'm going to change it because I have established through the earlier queries that we run that the relationship is actually 1-to-1. So I can change it from here, and that should suffice. That is okay now. So once I have it changed, I can now go on. I can now close this window, and then I go. Okay, so you can see when I change it, it is now a 1-to-1 relationship, not 1-to-many. Okay, you can see the line. It used to be something like this, and now this is what it has changed to. So we are done here. We are done here. So let me go back to my bench, and go back to my workbench, and then continue from there. So now we are back to integrate the CSV file that we downloaded from the slides. So let's go through, let's look at what we are asked to do. So like we do already, we interchange or we do this hand in hand with the slides. So before we import the CSV file contains values that are supposed to be in the table. So we create that table first using this query. So we copy this into our workbench and then we run it. So that is what I have over here. So all the names you have here, you just have to make sure that they are the same. All the characters, everything is there. So you run this, and when you run this, you go and refresh here, and then this additional table should be here, which is the auditor report. When you click on this here, you should have normally you have only the headings or the columns showing. I have imported the data into it, so I want to quickly take you through how I did that. So back to where we're working now. When you have this showing, you just go on it and then right click, come down to table data import wizard. This will lead you to where you have your CSV file. If you click on it, you will see it's leading you. So if this address is not where you have your CSV file, please change it to what it is, and then you follow next until you get it here. I think we have done this in earlier in our work. Alright, so by now you should have imported the CSV file into the table that you created, and you should be able to have something like this. And it is showing 162 rows. So make sure that is exactly what is showing. Let's make sure that's exactly what is showing. I want to just close some of these things now. Okay, now let's go on and see what you're asked to do. So here it says we need to tackle a couple of questions. Is there a difference in the scores? 2. If so, are there patterns? So we have to establish that. Now, the little comment I have here saying for the first time, for the first question, we will have to compare the quality score in water quality table to the auditor's score. The auditor report table use location ID, but the quality score table only has a record ID. We can a record ID. Let me take that again. But the quality scores table only has a record ID we can use. So when you don't have any column in common or key in common, then it means that you have to do that through another table that has that connection. So the visit table links location ID and record ID. So we can link the auditor report table and water quality using the visit table. So let's go and do that. Say first, grab the location ID and true water score columns from the auditor table. So let's do that. That instruction is here. If you scroll down here, this is it. This is what you're asked to do. So let's go and then see we do that. So this is it. I have the location ID and then true water source score from where the auditor report. So let's run this and see what we have. Okay, so here we are. It is returning 1620 rows. So we go on from there. Now let's look at the next instruction. The next instruction says now we join the visit table to the auditor report table. Make sure you grab subjective scores and record ID and location ID. So subjective score, record ID and location. So, and then we are supposed to have a table like this. Let's go and see if we can have that. Okay, so we have the location ID from the auditor report. I want to call it audit location. And then we have from the same table true water score. And then we have from the visit table location ID as visit location. And then we have the record ID also from the visit. Now, because there are two separate tables we are querying from, we have to join. So this is the way I go about it. I have from the audit, from the auditor report, I can say as as A to make my query short, okay, and I will refer to this one as V. So, and it will run through. So where I have visit over here, I will just change it to V. It works. And where I have auditor report, I can just change it to A, and then that also should work. So let's run this and see whether you will see the table. Oh, that's an issue here. Okay, let me see. What is it saying? Unknown auditor report location ID in the field. Okay, I think that. Let me just make sure I have this cleaned up. Reports as A and this as V. Audit location ID as audit location, blah blah blah. Let's see. Okay, so let me correct this. I think when I did as A, I have to do the same thing here. Wait. So I have to edit this to read A, and here as well, because I've changed the name of the auditor report table, and I've also changed these to V. So you just have to read that, and then the query should be fine. So this is what it is. I believe this should work now. So let's go through it. Perfect. So we have it working now. So just be careful, because I changed the name, it has to run through all the other places, and then we are good. So we have it here: audit location, true water score, visit location, and then report ID, joining the two tables, visit and auditor report. Okay, so we'll continue from here.